Okay, this video I want to share to all of you about how to make commercial building with unique exterior. Okay, well then first of all we have to prepare the rectangle with rotated rectangle or rectangle, and we can make it group. Okay, well now we can make the structural column with a rotated rectangle. We can set the height of the column around 500 millimeter, and for the depth it's around 800 millimeter. And this is not for accurate, not for detail structural. You can discuss and follow your structural engineer for get more detail about the structural system. Okay, then we can make this one, and then right click and make component and just create. And then now we can select a move, press Ctrl, then we can duplicate it, and then we can type 8 meter, enter. Then we can type x3 and enter. Okay, now we can get this grid column. Okay, now we can select a move, press Ctrl, and then we can type 9 meter, and then we can type x4, enter. Okay, then this grid system is just for example, so you can discuss with it's depend on your needs and depend on your room design. Okay, now we can select a rectangle, then we can click from here until this position, then we can offset it inside. Okay, maybe around 300 millimeter. Then we can delete this plane. Okay, and then we can push it down around 800 approximately. Okay, then we can triple click, right click and make group, and we can make the another path of this beam. Then we can triple click and select a move, then we can place to this position, and then we can push it around 300 millimeter. You can triple click, right click and make group, then we can you can select a move and place to this position. Okay, then we can make component, create, then we can select move, press Ctrl and place to this appropriate position. Okay, so we can rotate it with a rotate tool. We can press Ctrl and rotate, and then we can type 90 degree. Then we can select a move and place to this midpoint position. Then we can we can make unique, then we can push it until this position, then we can push it until this position. Okay, now we can select a move, or we have to make sure that it's on the appropriate center. Okay, well, and then we can select a move, press Ctrl, then we can place to this position. Okay, now we can select a rectangle, then we can place to this position. Okay, then we can push it down around 150 millimeter. Triple click, right click and make group. Okay, then we can set the surfaces stair. This is the surfaces stair space in here, and we can push it down, and then we can select this slab and select this beam. Then we can right click and make group, then we can select a move, press Ctrl to this position first, then we can move it up around 3 point. Okay, we have to move it up, and we have to move it up around 3.6 meter approximately. It's depend on the floor to ceiling design. Okay, then we can select a move, press Ctrl and you can select a move, press Ctrl, place to the another position first. Okay, now we can push it up until this position. Okay, so then we can get this design. Okay, and then now we can classificate this 4 column and we can make unique. Then we can push it up around maybe around 3.5 meter. I'm sorry, we can push it up around 3.5 meter. Okay, and enter. Okay, now we can make this rectangle and then we can push it up around 400. Okay. Then we can triple click, right click, and make group. Okay, well, now we can make the slab in this position. We can make the slab, then we can push it down around 150 millimeter, make group, then we can make the rectangle here. Then we can push it to the another side 150 millimeter, triple click, right click, and make group. And we can select a move, press Ctrl, then we can place to this position. We can place to this select a rectangle and then we can place to this position. Okay, well, now we can push it to the front around 150 millimeter, triple click and make group. Then we can make a rectangle again in here. Then we can give a thickness around 150 millimeter as a wall thickness standard. And also in this area we can make the wall in here. Okay, then we can push it to the another side with 150 millimeter thickness, make group. Okay, now we can make the rectangle here. We can make the rectangle, then we can give a thickness 150 millimeter, triple click, right click, and make group. Then we can move to this position. Then we can make the elevation, make the different elevation, and this is for the schematic anyway. Or we can select a move, press Ctrl, and then we can type 170 millimeter, and we can type 170 millimeter again here. Okay, we can click and then we can move, press Ctrl, 170 millimeter. Then we can push it down. Now we can push it until 400 millimeter. Double click, right click, and make group, and then we can make the height. We can make the height of the door, side faces door here around 2.4 meter. And we can set the width of the door around 900 millimeter. Well, now we can make the rectangle. We can make the hole and opening. Then we can delete some unnecessary line. Then we can select a line to draw the door. And we can offset it inside around 40 millimeter. Then we can push it to the back around 120 millimeter. Triple click and enter. Then we can select rectangle. And we can push it to the front around 40 millimeter. Triple click and group. And then we can move to this position. So you can improve in this room. You can improve this room to give stair by yourself. Okay, well, now we can extend for this slab. We can extend for this slab and do this position and extend this slab 1,300. Inside 150 millimeter. Then we can select a rectangle and put the wall here. Okay, approximately around 1,500. the wall with a 150mm thickness and push it up from 1500. Then double click and make it. And then we can make another barrier. We can make another wall barrier. Push it to the outside around 500 and push it to the outside again around 500. Okay, for another wall. So we can get the result of it. Then now we can make another element. We can make the rectangle here, the frame, that we can push it to the front around 200mm, for example. And then we can select the material, metal material. We can select the material here. We can make component, just create. Move, press control, then you can place this position, then you can find 20/center. Okay, well, now we can rotate and duplicate 90. Okay, then you can select and move, press control, and you can place to this position, then you can find 10/, so then you can get the result of it. Okay, now we can make the horizontal frame over there with using a line, and you can offset it from 100mm. Okay, then you can close the line, and we can set the thickness of the horizontal line from 150mm. Double click. Adjust it anyway. Select move and press to this position. Then you can select move part and move to this position. Okay, well, now we can click make component, just create, and then you can select move, press control, and press to this position. Then you can move, press control, and press to this position. It's similar with the beam and slack position here. Okay, now we can select move, press control, and press to this position. Okay, now we can make the glazing. We can use the line. Click this position, and then we can click to this position. Then we can offset it outside around 20mm. And then push it down. We can push it down to this appropriate position. Sorry, it's getting lost for the view. And we can adjust the field of view angle to facilitate us for making this model. So we can select the glazing, and we can click this glazing for example, then we can adjust the color. Okay, now we can get the result. Okay. Okay, maybe we can make another element. We can make another element. We can use the line and place to this position, and we can place to this position. Well, now we can also do inside around 150 millimeter, and we can close the polyline. And okay, well, we can continue it. We have to make the additional wall here. We have to make the additional wall. Then I have already draw the line, the L-shaped line over there. Then we have to offset it inside. Okay, then we have a polyline here. We have the polyline here. Then we can try to move it a little bit to the upper position. Okay, then we can close the polyline over there. Okay, then we can move it until the same level with this barrier. Then we can push it down and triple click, right click and make group. And now we can push it up until this position. Then we can select move, press Ctrl and place to this position. Then we can push it up to this position. Okay, well, now we can make the additional slab. We can make the additional slab here for cover, and then we can make the additional slab in here. Okay, then we can delete some unnecessary line over there. Then we can push it up around 150 millimeter, and then we can push it to the front around 100 millimeter, and then we can push it to the front around 100 millimeter also approximately. Then we can make group. Okay, well, now we can get this progress. Then we can close this barrier, and also we can close this barrier to this position. Okay, then we can make the additional rectangle. We can push it to the front around 150 millimeter. Triple click. We can triple click and make group. Then we can move to this position, and then we can draw the rectangle again here. Then we can push it to the front around 150 millimeter. Triple click and make group, and then we can move to this position. Okay, now we can draw the line here. We can draw the line and then place to this position. Then we can set it inside around 20 millimeter. Okay, then we can close this polyline. Then we can push it up. Triple click and make group. Okay, well, now we can draw the line from this position and then to this position. Okay, then we can offset it outside around 2 meter. Then you can place to this position, then we can place to this position. Then you can push it up. Okay, well, now we can click this line and offset it inside around 400 millimeter. Then we can push it down maybe around 150 millimeter. Place to this position, then we can offset it inside around 400 millimeter. Okay, then we can set the height of the stair to this position. Okay, we can triple click and make group, and then we can triple click and make group. Then we can make another element. We can make the canopy in here, and we can push it to the front approximately just like this. Then we can push it again in here. Okay, then we can push to this position. Double click and make group. Then we can get the basic shape. Then now we can make another element. We can make another secondary skin here. We have to push it to the front first, just like this, and triple click and make group. Then we can make this one, for example. Okay, then we can make another decoration. Maybe we can using this. We can draw like this. Then okay, we can make another variation of facade. We can make another variation of facade with another color, for example, with a gray color in this area. Or we can make another surface. Okay, maybe we can use these surfaces, or maybe we can use the wood surface for there. And then we can make another unique element here. We can make the unique element, or we can make another stone surfaces right over there. Okay, just like this. Then we can make the additional shape, maybe like a circle, shape here, to minimize the materials in here. And then we can add the more circle here. Just like this. Okay, so then we can add the additional component. We can make the silhouette people to make a little crowd here. Just like this. Okay, thanks for watching. I hope it will be a lot of benefit to all of you, and just wait for my next tutorial. Thank you.